Well, hello, good morning. My name is Valeria Salazar, and I'm with the Manhattan Beach Chamber of Commerce. We're going to have a great seminar, a webinar today, Windows 10's Abstract. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about what the webinar is going to be. I don't know if you've heard about the release of the new version of Windows, but there's certain new functionalities that we would like to showcase and learn about. We also want to kind of explain what it can do for your organization, the benefits that it can bring. With these new functionalities, you'll see that things are easier, and that's why, you know, it was released just this past July 29th of 2015. There was a lot of thought put through, you know, this new version, and there are resources and new features that can do several things. They can secure your data. They can enhance your mobile and cloud experience. They can definitely increase productivity, which is definitely something that we're all after. And, you know, it can also engage and increase collaboration. So thank you for attending this session. You're going to learn, like I said, about what Windows 10 can do for you, offer. You can pass it on to colleagues. The process, again, once you learn it, you know, we're always there to support, and we have a great team that's now going to join and tell you all about it. You can see what it means to your business and how you can get it for free. So don't miss on the opportunity on joining us to future webinars, and thank you for being here today.
Great. Thank you, Valeria. This is Brian Iinuma from Strategic Systems Group. We're going to run through an overview of Windows 10 and what it means for your business. So let's start with an overview. One of the key features about Windows 10 is the enterprise quality security. So it's very robust. A number of things have been added to enhance the security of the operating system. One of the more interesting features is that it functions quite well across different devices, all the way from a mobile phone up to a workstation and a large tablet that mounts on the wall. Cortana is a great tool, much like Siri, and Cortana is able to read voice and convert to text and do some things for you. There's a new browser called Edge in Windows 10, so you have the opportunity to use Internet Explorer for a period of time and then use the Edge browser as well. For a limited time through July of 2016, upgrades are free. And then I'll go through a brief summary in terms of what it means for your organization. So some amount of research has gone into mobile computing and what technology means to various organizations. One of the key findings is about technology being able to boost the productivity of organizations. And one of the key features or key concerns for small business is alignment with business strategy. Lots of move toward mobile, lots of move toward tablets, and Boston Consulting Group kind of points out that many small, medium-sized businesses rely upon a workforce that is on the run. We'll go through Windows 10 for small business. It's simple to use, integrates with the cloud, and it's very interesting functionality since you can use the cloud to transfer data across devices. Affordable, highly mobile. It's easy to set up out of the box, and it's very light management. Security is very tight, improved security for the local system and for enterprise access. Okay, I'm going to try a quick poll here, so bear with me. I'm going to see if I can get the poll up here to ask a question about people using Windows 10. All right, so You should be seeing a poll now. If you would do me a favor and answer the question, are you currently using Windows 10, yes or no? Okay, very good, thank you. I'm going to close the poll and then share the results with you. So it looks like approximately 75% are not using Windows 10 yet, 25% are. Very good, thank you. So Windows 10 is very easy to use. If you have Windows 8 or if you have Windows 7, the upgrade will be seamless, almost like just a Windows update. Plus the interface for Windows 10 is similar to Windows 7 in the sense that the start button is there. That wasn't there in Windows 8. Be a familiar experience. And then the last point, tailored to form factor, means that it'll work in a similar fashion no matter what device you're on. So it was designed for cloud services. Windows plus Office 365 is a really good combination. For cloud storage, there is this thing called OneDrive, which is quite similar to the iDrive, or the drive that's in Apple. Across devices, very universal, especially for the Office functionality. If you have a screen that's less than 10 inches, Office apps are for free. If you have a screen that's 8 inches or smaller, there's no desktop, and it's only the Internet Explorer or the Edge browser. And then there is Xbox support for Windows 10 if you've got an Xbox. And the key, I think, for Windows 10 is that there is increased productivity and collaboration available. Designed for cloud services, and we all have used cloud services for a number of years, including online banking, which is probably the first. Online apps also include Microsoft Office and Outlook. You can also use Skype in Office in Windows 10. OneDrive for built-in cloud storage. There's now a Windows Store, much like the Apple Store. And what's really interesting is that the settings are synchronized across devices all the way from a mobile phone up to a workstation. Mentioned earlier that Windows Office and Windows 10 work really well together, and it's primarily because of the cloud. So as you have work that's completed on a workstation, that work can be accessed on a mobile phone or a tablet just as easily. Single sign-on for Office 365. MDM refers to mobile device management. One of the really interesting features is that if the device is lost, you can wipe it from the application that's in the cloud. Continuum refers to the universal use of the application across all platforms, and it pretty much works the same whether you're on a mobile phone or a large Surface Hub mounted to the wall. Okay, so let's try a quick poll for Office 365. So again, bear with me, and then let's see if we can launch the poll here. Okay, so the poll is asking how many are using Office 365 right now. So if you don't mind, go ahead and put your responses in. Good. So I'm going to close the poll and share the results. So it appears that 67% of us are using Office 365, a third of us are not. Okay, so there are universal applications across devices, all the way from a small device. The IoT refers to a very small computing device, and it is a situation that goes all the way up to the Surface Hub. Let's try another poll real quick, and I'm going to ask a question about devices. So the question asks, which devices are you currently using for email? So if you don't mind going through the device questionnaire and see if you can give us an answer. Good. Okay, so here's the results of the poll. So it seems like everyone has workstation access, and a few of us have access elsewhere on mobile devices. Okay. Okay, so let me put the poll away here. We'll come back to our presentation. So Cortana is a tool much like Apple Siri and Google Now. Allows for voice recognition. It can take commands like show me spreadsheets. It can also take commands that allow for searching the web for various information. It's very, very, very powerful, and it's got very accurate voice recognition. So this is one of those things that allows for increased productivity. When it was first in development, it was supposed to be named Judy. However, they liked Cortana so well, they just kept the beta name. So speak naturally or type into the search box, keep track of calendar events, answer questions, find documents on your PC or search the web. And there's also a notebook functionality that's attached to Cortana. For web browsing, Internet Explorer 10 is currently available. Internet Explorer 11 might also be available. And they will be in production for a period of time along with the Edge browser. Edge was called Spartan in development, but in this case, they kept the Edge name. One of the interesting features about the Edge browser is that you can annotate and snip and then push things into email or into OneNote. And currently, Edge is many times faster than current browsers available, and at the moment, it is the fastest one available. Microsoft Edge, built for the modern web, always up to date. You can take notes directly on web pages and then push them elsewhere. It's integrated with Cortana to get more done on the web using voice recognition. The reading mode is optimized for your device, so no matter what size of device you have, the Microsoft Edge will adjust for you. So, browsing on Windows 10, IE 11, or Microsoft Edge. IE 11 is backwards compatible for existing devices. Microsoft Edge, very good for new devices on Windows 10. And there's more. So one of the interesting features is a multiple desktop feature, and it allows you to create multiple desktops that have different icons on them that you might use for different purposes. So in one of our presentations, we noted that the user was using one desktop for work and one desktop for school, and you can allow them some flexibility there. The Start button is back, much like Windows XP and Windows 7. You can use the touch screen or the mouse and the keyboard. You need a single sign-on to the Microsoft account, and basically that Microsoft account transcends all devices. You can even plug a Windows Phone into a keyboard, mouse, and monitor and actually operate it much like a computer. Photos, maps, music, etc., all the similar kinds of things that you might find on an iPhone are now available in Windows 10. An App Store, and there's also something called a Surface Hub, which is a large display that can be wall-mounted, currently offered in 55 inches and 84 inches. Handwriting to text with something called OneNote, accurate dictation to any field, telephone support available. You can go to the Microsoft Store and go and purchase that. One thing that's a little bit of a drawback is that there is no inherent support for CDs and DVDs. You'll need a third-party tool to go in and write to DVDs and CDs. And one of the more important things that pertains to business is to make sure that the line of business applications that currently work today will also work under Windows 10. Okay, so I have one last poll. So bear with me for one moment. Let's see if we can get the poll up here. Okay. So this is a poll that pertains to collaboration and productivity. So if you don't mind, see if you can answer the question of which is the most important to you, and it could be both. Okay. Thank you. We'll close the poll and share it. So seems like the majority of us are valuing productivity and collaboration together. And I think it's a pretty important concept for organizations today. The notion of productivity and the notion of collaboration within the organization, I think, are extraordinarily valuable. Okay. So to finish up, the upgrade is for free from Windows 10 Windows 7 to Windows 10 is free. Also for Windows 8 to Windows 10 is also free, all the way through July of 2016. In the lower right-hand corner, you'll see an icon that's labeled Get Windows 10. So there is a reservation process usually, and then once the reservation process has completed, then you can download and install the upgrade. Windows 7 is planned to be out of support in the year 2020. And then I think that you kind of have no choice at that point but to go to Windows 10. I'll flip through this quickly. It's about the upgrade plan. And the basic gist of the slide is to say that if you have a home version of Windows 7 or Windows 8, you'll upgrade to a home version of Windows 10. And then if you have a business version of Windows 7 or Windows 8, then you'll end up with a Pro version of Windows 10. All free for 1 year, and then after that, be a fee to go and purchase the licenses. So in summary, the upgrade is free for Windows 7 and Windows 8. Enterprise quality security. It works well across devices and in conjunction with Office 365. It's got cloud services to help you transfer data from device to device. Cortana, Siri-like facility, very good voice recognition. Also handwriting recognition in OneNote. For a period of time, there will be 2 browsers available, Internet Explorer and Edge. And Edge is currently the fastest browser available. And as we talked about before, this notion of productivity and collaboration, I think, are really important. Well, thank you for your time today. It's Brian Iinuma with SSG Systems Group. There's a survey URL if you have the time to go and give us some feedback about this presentation.